Legend of Zélée, Blink Mode to the Past. Today, I will be playing Blink Mode on an Ancient Sites and Monuments map, so let's see how I do, and without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, there was some sort of archway, and it was kind of like, there was like a pointed top, but it was like a little bit round after. I don't recognize the monument, but we were kind of zoomed in here. So maybe I'll go just like, I'll put in Rome for now, and we'll kind of get like a vibe and see like where a lot of these like sites and monuments are. So I'll just plonk it in the middle of Rome. Okay, it was in Bulgaria, and let's see if we can actually take a look at the round. Okay, would I have gotten Bulgaria without, but with playing no move and without blink mode? Probably not. I don't see any like language or anything like in this monument. But perhaps if I was playing moving. Nope, I can't really move around too much. Let's see if we can go this way. Okay, yeah, I think like once like I would have been able to go about here, like if I was playing moving, maybe I would have gotten it from like the language on the sign and everything. And then over here, can't really go that far, but then yeah, I would be able to see the outside too. So probably could have done better there, but let's keep going. Ooh. Are those the aqueducts or something? There was like a bunch of arches. Where was there water? Low-key, wasn't sure. I think it was a lot of grass, right? But like I feel like it reminds me of like the Roman aqueducts. So I guess I'll just go in Rome again. I feel like these first couple of rounds are just gonna be very not good, but we'll see. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, perfect. I think like actually like I identified even the right thing. Because I mean this says like aqueducto, which I'm like assuming means aqueduct, but like in Italian. So we'll take a look at it. Wow, okay, look at me go, remembering my like 6th grade history of learning about the Roman aqueducts. Okay, go me. Ooh, okay. There was like a lot of like stone. I feel like there was some like elevation, which like maybe indicates to me like seating or something like that. So was it ever some sort of like stadium? Like that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe this time I want to go like in Athens somewhere, but we'll see if that's correct. Okay, we're actually in Spain and close to Seville, and it was the Anfiteatro d'Italica. Okay. So some sort of theater. So I was kind of right, like some sort of, I think teatro is theater. And then, yeah, we can see kind of like all the seats around us. Okay. I don't know if I would have gotten the same or right country right there with seeing the no move location, but that's okay. Ooh. Okay. Archways, round archways, and then like a sandstone castle-y thing. Like wasn't like, didn't feel like white marble. What am I thinking here? Okay, so last round was in Spain. We've had a Bulgaria. Maybe I want to go because it's more like sandstone, like in Spain. Is that common in Spain? It was France. Okay, let's take a look around and see what it is. I mean, yeah, if this was no move and I was not playing blink mode, I definitely think I'd get France here because, I mean, we have a lot of French around. La Maison des Gourmands. I'm assuming it's like gourmandise or something. Yeah, gourmandise, and then there's a croissant. But would I have gotten it just from this, like if it was NMPZ? I'm not sure. Maybe like I would have thought like Spain or France here because of like the signage in the back. But I don't know if I would have got France right specifically. So that's okay. Got 1,000 though. Okay, I don't know if it was just that round, but it felt really blurry. Like it didn't seem like a clear picture like some of the other rounds, but maybe it's because it's unofficial coverage. I don't really know. what I do remember is like brick. There was like red brick, I think, and there was like a lot of like archways. So a bridge over water maybe. But I'm trying to think of like ancient site and monument, bridge over water. I don't really got a clue here. Where somewhere I haven't guessed yet. Maybe I'll go in like Albania. We'll go near Tirana. Okay, we're actually in Germany and we're close to Trier and what was beside us? Konstantinsaal. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so I did remember like the red brick and it was a bridge over water, so we did get that right. Looking around what I've got in Germany here. Yeah, I mean like language-wise probably would have helped a lot. But NMPZ, I don't know if I'd get Germany just from this, just looking at it. But that is what we're playing Blink mode for, to see how our instincts are. Okay, well, honestly, 7.7k is not like horrible for like this ancient monuments map. I feel like I thought I was going to do a lot worse. And like shout out that Roman aqueduct knowledge. But I'm going to play this map again and see if I can get more monuments or identify some of the ones I've gotten already if there's repeat locations. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. Columns, I guess I want to say, and they were not like, they were like white with a tinge of red / orange color to them. So I don't know, there's a word that comes to my head, but I don't know if it describes it here, and it's like Panhellenic or Panhellenic, but I don't know what that means. Like that just like popped into my head, but that could like not describe the situation here at all. But because like I want to like, I feel like I want to go near Athens. I don't know, like something about the column like reminded me of like Greece, but I could be wrong here. We could be in the wrong continent, so let's see. Okay, we were actually in Italy, and we were near Agrigento, and then the place next to us was called Tempio dei Dioscuri. I'm guessing some temple of the... I don't know what Dioscuri is. I'll throw up what it is on the screen, but my guess is something to do with like some sort of like god, because Dio, right? Let's click on this. Okay. So I was right about like the columns and kind of like the red tinge to it. Would I have gotten Italy from this? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I would have gotten Italy here, but that's okay. Oh, Valley of the Temples. Okay, so I guess that's what that means, right? Tempio dei Dioscuri. Okay, that checks out too. Ooh, okay. This one. Ooh. Okay. Sphinx, Great Sphinx, right? And then a pyramid. So thinking somewhere in Egypt. Where's Cairo? Yes, Cairo's here. Is it the Sphinx ever? I'm not sure, but it definitely was a Sphinx, I think. This is probably one of the most iconic ones. This is Giza Necropolis. Let's put it here for now. I don't know exactly where the Sphinx is, but this is the Great Sphinx of Giza. Okay. What do I remember from the angle? The Sphinx was closer to us than the pyramid. So, I mean, like, this is, like, me even assuming that we're at this, like, Sphinx and, like, pyramid. I'll go here, I guess. I hope that we get a really good score here. I don't know if it's going to be a 5K because I can't, like, line up the angle or whatever, but I do remember being closer to the Sphinx than the Giza, like, the pyramid, and I don't see anything over here. So, yeah, let's go here. Stop, okay? Not the blink mode 5K on the ancient statues and monuments map. Like, wow. I'm like so proud of myself. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, whoa. Okay, go me. But we were in the Great Sphinx of Giza, and wow, this is like such an interesting like outline on the Google map, because I feel like a lot of like statues and monuments and stuff like that don't have their own kind of like very specific shape, but I can like tell what this is kind of from just like the outline. But maybe that'd be like a cool game or quiz or something, is like cities and stuff from like cities or like monuments or whatever from their outline on the Google Maps, but like obviously you obscure the name or whatever, and just, can you still like tell what they are? Okay, let me stop yapping before the next round starts because I'll miss the info. Okay, blue sky. There was an entryway, so we're going into like a door or building. There definitely were columns, and there were some green trees and stuff around, or like bushes at least on the floor. I don't know. This one I don't like recognize. I don't really know. I guess we're gonna go in Italy, but I don't like feel like super confident about this one. Although like, did it seem like ancient Rome? I don't know. Maybe I'll go somewhere in like Sardinia. We'll go in Olbia. Ah! Okay, I should just went in Rome. Okay, this was the Tempio del Divo Romolo. Okay, let's take a look at that. Okay, entryway. Okay, yep. This makes a lot more sense. I think I would have probably got Rome here if I was playing like no move or not blink mode, but good to know this one. Okay, next round. Oh, I forgot to click into the round with like the Sphinx and the Pyramid of Giza, but I got the 5K, so I was like, I didn't even like think of that. Bruh, I didn't... What? Okay, it looks like we were like... I feel like we were like looking down at the ground or something. Like it feels like the photosphere or whatever is on some sort of elevation, but like I don't remember seeing any specific like building or architecture or something. So ancient sites and monuments, so maybe it's more of like a site than a monument type beat, you know? Gosh, and it was like nothing super distinct. Like I saw some greens, like I saw dirt, like I could not really tell you. So I guess just based on the numbers game, like I'll go in like Athens maybe, because we had a lot of like Rome already and we're occasionally having like other countries, but let's see. Okay, it was in Albania, so we were not in the correct country, but we were in a bordering country, which we'll definitely take, and we're closer to the Temple of Aphrodite. Ooh, okay, the Temple of Aphrodite. That is cool. And then Amantia. Let's click on the little flag here. Okay. Okay, so we are in some sort of like drone shot / photosphere, because like I don't remember the initial like angle or whatever, but I was like, why are we like looking like down at an area? Like we're not like in like a building or something, although maybe it was like angled towards this, but still I was like, the perspective was like throwing me off. Would I have gotten Albania here if I was playing like a photosphere map, or if it was like no move or something? Probably not. But I think my guess was pretty decent for being a little thrown off by the angle at the start, so we'll take that. Okay. Lots of archways, lots of like, it felt like a whiter either stone or marble or something like that. It did feel like there was like vendors in front of this like white marble thing, like there were a lot of like stalls or something. Where do I think, like, what could it be? I mean, like, is it ever the Colosseum in Rome? I don't have, like, the picture still in front of me, so I'm not, like, entirely sure, but, like, lots of archways, lots of, like, maybe, like, touristy type, like, cellars. It could be. We could be really wrong here. Let's... Colosseo, sure. But, like, where would the vendors be? Like, maybe they are... We'll go like here. Okay, no, we're actually in Croatia. Okay, so we're closer to Split, and we're near the... Is it the Rimsky Mosaic? No, that's Eastern Silver Gate. Hold on. I think this was the angle that we kind of had. So I do remember like the archways. Like I guess there were like windows up at the top. A lot of like vendors in front. If this was no move hand zoom, would have gotten Croatia here probably, just because of like the shirts I can see at the vendor shop, like, you know, like the checker pattern, and we of course have the flag there. So yes, I think I would have gotten Croatia in a not blink mode instance, but I don't think my guess was too horrible. Let's see the results. Okay, That is an even better score than the last round. If I had guessed Rome instead of like in Sardinia, because I just didn't want to guess like Rome every time in that one round, I think this would have been like an even better score. Probably would have got like 2,000 more points or something like that, but 15,000 is a pretty good score overall. I'm gonna play this map one more time and we'll see how many more different locations I can get, because I think there's around like 50 locations or something in total on this map, and I got a 5k in this round, so woohoo, left to see, but maybe I can get more 5ks if you get either more repeats or ones that I really know. Okay. You're standing on the edge of something. We're like looking down into something that's like kind of like in the ground on the floor. There are like white-ish buildings around, but I don't remember like the color of like the roofing tiles or anything. Immediately, what pops into my head is like Roman bath something, which I don't really know if that's like a monument or area or even something that like resembles what it actually is, but that's like literally like the first thing that I thought of. Do I know like where in Rome those things are? Not really. But that was like the first thought I had, and of course I think I'll just plonk it. Do I just plonk it in Rome, or should I scan for like, I don't know how to say like Roman bath house in like Italian, but I feel like if I put in Rome, that'll be good enough, so we'll just like plonk it here from the assume level and we'll see. Okay, let's take a look at this. We were in Rome, so I got a really good score there. Would I have gotten Rome / Italy? I mean, so here's the thing, like, yes, I would have gotten Rome / Italy if we were playing no move can zoom. Oh, actually, I don't know. No move can zoom, maybe not. But, like, no move, definitely, because, I mean, come on. It's, like, right there. And we actually even have, like, the names of the roads, so I would have been able to 5k this. But I feel like for Blink Mode, I did pretty all right. I'll definitely take that. Okay. And do we even have the name? Oh, Ludus Magnus? I don't know what Ludus Magnus is, but yeah. Okay. Ooh. Okay, lots of columns, kind of a mostly still intact building. What did I think of when I first saw it? Like, maybe somewhere, like, is the Pantheon? Is that a shout? Like, I thought of, like, or not the Pantheon, the Acropolis. That's, oh, no, wait. Parthenonas. Okay. I thought of, like, here. So I'll just, like, plonk it between the two, but that's kind of, like, what I thought of with, like, all the columns in the building, but we could be off here, so let's see. Okay, yeah, we were pretty off. It was Rome, so womp womp. We were actually at the Piazza di Pietra. Okay, so I do remember the columns, and I do remember the building. It does look, like, fairly like modernized in the back, so I don't know like if like these were, if like parts of the building are like original, or they updated parts of it, or maybe that they like transport the columns from a different area, but like this doesn't like match this, you know what I mean? Would I've gotten Rome here from the no move? Probably. I mean, we have Italian plate here with the blue and blue on the left and right of the plate, and then we have like Italian language a lot everywhere, so. And then we have, it says Piazza di Pietra. So maybe I would have been able to even 5k this, but we'll take getting a couple thousand, sure. Okay. Ooh. Ruins of something. There's like hills or something in the back. They were like partial columns, but some of them were broken or, you know, fallen down or whatever. And hills. So maybe this time it's actually something over here. Oh my god. Alright. One day I'll get it right. That is the Acropolis. This was actually the House of the Hunt in Tunisia. Yeah, in Tunisia. And then we were here. Would I've gone Tunisia from just this. I actually don't think I would still know as Tunisia. I mean, like, the trees are kind of like, I don't think I would go like Greece here or like Italy because of those trees. Yeah, I don't think I would get Tunisia here correct, but that's why we're playing this, so we can like learn and get better at it. So we'll definitely take that. Now let me shut up and lock in for this penultimate round. Ooh, I think we're in a church. There are pews, right? Like the rows of like the benches and stuff. The ceiling was very like smooth. Like there wasn't like painting on the ceiling. The ceiling wasn't like falling down, you know, like broken or whatever. It was like a very smooth ceiling. A church. That's kind of like the vibe I'm getting. I guess Rome is probably not a bad shout here, but I don't really know any like famous churches in like Rome or like much places, to be honest. Like, I mean, there's a ton of like the basilicas here, right? So that I'll just like plonk it there and we'll see where we are. Okay, I mean, hey, like 4.998 will definitely take like, honestly, I was never lining up a 5K there because A, we're not outside, and B, it didn't recognize it, but I feel like the logic of it being like a church and a basilica, like, sheesh. Okay. So this was Basilica di Santa Pudenziana. Would I have gone to Italy here? Ooh. Those kind of look like snakes. Are those snakes coming out of like whatever thing it is at the top? At least like the style. Okay, so definitely a church. I mean, I don't know if I would have gotten the 5K here, but probably still would have gotten like Rome or Italy. I mean, like this wreath thing probably would lead me towards like Rome too. Yeah, and we do see paintings at the top. I actually don't know if like from the angle that I had, yeah, if that was visible. But we do see a lot of paintings around. So I think that I did pretty okay there. Shoot. Okay. I think it's Egypt, but I don't think it's the same angle, at least, of like the pyramids or whatever that I had with the Sphinx and Giza around. Like, could we just be like in a similar location but like at a different viewpoint? It's possible. We could also just not be in Egypt. I just see like, I remember seeing a lot of sand and then there's a blue sky, but I feel like I can't not go near Cairo here, right? But I wasn't looking like, I don't feel like I wasn't looking at the Sphinx. Like maybe I was like looking out. So we could be looking at like one of the other pyramids, like, but there was like a ton of sand. Maybe I'll go like here. I mean, there's like a ton of like different, like, you know, you can see like the little, like the purple camera picture things and then like the little statue thing here. So hopefully we get a good score here. I'm not entirely sure because it could be somewhere else. Okay, so I was correct in thinking that it was in Cairo, but not the same monument that I saw before. Like, it wasn't the Great Pyramid of Giza and like the Great Sphinx that I found. This was the Saqqara Pyramid, which we'll definitely take a look at. Okay, this one is interesting because it's a lot more like, it's got kind of like tiers to it than like, you know, like, I guess the Great Pyramid or like what I'm thinking of with like a pyramid. Like, it almost reminds me a lot of like the architecture you find in like South America and a lot of like maybe like the Incan like civilizations or something like that. But yeah, it's got those kind of like tiered angles. Probably still would have gone Cairo / Egypt here. No move can zoom, but cool to see a different pyramid in Egypt. So let's see our overall score. All right, 16.6K. So that is a really good score. I will definitely take that. And I feel like I learned a lot from this map about like different like sites and stuff. And obviously getting a 5K is super duper cool. So we're going to end it there for today. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Legend of Zélée Blink to the Past. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down below. Also have the map linked in the description if you want to try it out yourself. Thank you so much again for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to French Vanilla and have a great day.